Hello, good evening. And I would like to begin by saying that, tucked away in this lacy purse, which I've sewn for myself, were these three Canadian authors. And I have to rectify this whole omission of mine and buy a Mark Carney book. The Prime Minister Mark wrote has written four books, and I'd like to buy one of his books. These three are one of them is the previous Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. You're all familiar with my screenplay on his book on my LinkedIn webpage. And the other is Chris Hadfield, the astronaut. And then Peter Mansbridge, the famous CBC newsreader and television host. And I would also like to say that I have I think four or six endeavors on my LinkedIn webpage where I have recognized figures of speech in William Shakespeare's Love's Labour's Last. I've actually come to about 46 pages, I think, and I can't really remember. And nobody was such a prolific user of figures of speech um, um, uh, other than William Shakespeare. All right. So that being said, let me begin with. And before I go on, I'd like to say three white male Canadian authors, and I have to rectify one more omission. I have to buy an Indigenous Canadian author and Black Canadian author. East Indian, I have read fiction, but Black Lawrence Hill, fiction again. Lawrence Hill, I've read. Book of Negroes. Fiction, but fiction. So something which is non-fiction would be good. So I'll have to go and look at the bookstore and see. And then I'd like to say, that I need to sort of uh, you know um, blow cool air over myself because these three white Canadian authors make me very, very um, uh, simply quite breathless. And I would like to say that, gentlemen, were I to ever meet you, I would be quite, um, quite uh, made quite happy and joyful with the mere presence of your special selves. So Justin Trudeau, Common Ground, and I didn't have to go very far. I was just looking for two figures of speech in all the three books, so you can have fun. I mean, all the university students can have fun hunting your own figures of speech. So one. So I chose this. These photos are a testament to the march of years, and since Justin Trudeau has been separated from Sophie Gregoire Trudeau for quite some time now, it's you have to remember that they had joyful years together when the children were young, and of course he was busy as a prime minister, so she had a lot of staff at her beck and call, and so. So are a testament to the march of years. So that is, as I looked up an internet figures of speech discussion on the figures of speech is an idiom. And two, he's, I will look, I'll read the entire portion. Okay. Every journey has served to remind me of the kind of country we live in, the kind of physical distances we have to bridge, and the kind of abundant gifts that come with this land. So physical distances that we have to bridge. Well, so sometimes work takes us to different places, etc. And then I'll let you fill in the blanks. Fill in the other possible meanings and connotations. So physical, and I was looking more like physical distancing between. We have to bridge. That could be the whole word has been used as a dual usage. Physical as I had geographical distances, or physical distances also, the evident sexual difference between the two sexes and that sort of thing, or the LGBTQ community as well. So that is what I came up with this book. Next is Peter Mansbridge, Extraordinary Canadians, and I've read a few of them, and then I thought that I would save these for when I was writing, and I've kept of some of the tales. So I chose the first one, of course. No imagination here required. The first one was is about by Cindy Blackstock, The Fight for Change, and she has an indigenous father and a white mother. And so she speaks about going to places with her mother, and everybody was very welcoming and very friendly. And then she went with her father, and people were not as friendly, and things did not come to her, were not served immediately. So this was in the 60s, and some of her relatives indigenous friends went to residential schools. And so I set this aside to read completely. And I chose this portion. All right. In the part of northern British Columbia where we lived, my father, a forest ranger, had taught me to go out in the forest and pick up pine cones. If you saved enough of them to fill a gunny sack, you could sell them for reforestation. So that is imagery. So meaning, pine cones are like huge Canadian thing, and you could build, plant them and that sort of thing. You could get more pine trees, and is it true? I have no idea. So you would get, people build more forests and that sort of thing. So I thought that is imagery, but I'm not sure. You should check with your literature professor and English, or your English teacher. And next. Okay, the next one is a profound darkness that could also include beautiful sparkles. Oxymoron, right? A profound darkness should also include beautiful sparkles, oxymoron, and that's in the same portion. The first story. Next, Chris Hadfield. Um, um, Chris Hadfield. Oh, begins immediately. He made it really easy for me. The windows of a spaceship casually frame miracles. Every 92 minutes, another sunrise. A layer cake that starts with orange, then a thick wedge of blue, then the richest, darkest icing decorated with stars. So that's, of course, a simile. And I thought I should decorate a cake, make it blue, and then have stars, golden stars all over. That might be kind of nice. Yeah, Starry Night. I've done the Van Gogh, right? Van Gogh came out really well. It was really good icing, cake icing. Van Gogh, Renoir, and Monet, I think. Monet's Poplars. That's on my Facebook webpage. And next one, Metaphor. Metaphor, jet black ink of infinite space. Because he wrote in space. He wrote in space. So this, I say, is a metaphor. Or it could also possibly be human, but a human part has to be included for a personification. Like being given an abstract usage, or or being likened to a non-living thing. And jet black ink of infinite space should be metaphor. All right. So those for my figures of speech. I'll let you have fun looking up other figures of speech. All right. Thank you, and uh, have a good evening. All right.